Hi everyone, we're here in Barcelona at ISE 2024 and we're excited to kick off the brand new Sonance Design Gallery. As you can see, we're featuring the Sonance Design Gallery here where we've broken the messaging into residential, commercial, and marine channels. So this content is specific to our products, to our message, and then of course, by application. As you work your way through the design gallery, you'll see that we are launching here at the show the brand new James VXQ architectural line and Sonance VX line. The messaging behind the product is performance, it's ease of installation, it's beautiful, but the aesthetic is really one of the major updates here as well. The product ships with a micro trim, and optionally you can see a trimless grill and then a flush grill. Along the top side, we're showing these as a standard new brilliant white. And then of course, offering custom paint finishes with the James team based in Minden, Nevada. And then the laser print finish, showing that in wood. This really invites the VX and VXQ product into the design to disappear messaging, alongside this James small aperture, showing of course those same iterations. And then the big brother, the James SA853 high output speaker. All three finishes, 3 different product series. And then of course, last but not least, the Sonance Invisible series. The message here is that these products sound unbelievable behind plaster, wallpaper, Venetian, wood veneer, and even leather. All right, we are here at ISE, and this is the official launch for the VX and VXQ products. As we mentioned, the Sonance Design Gallery is really acting as that tool to combine messages by channel. So as I dive into the residential channel, we've broken this conversation into music for the home, music outside, TV audio, and surround sound. So as I get into the music for the home content, we're showing a lifestyle application of even balanced coverage. And as we work through our lighting analogy, that spotlight is analogous to a pair of speakers, multiple lights, well designed, is analogous to a great audio layout and design. Really, the heart of the design gallery gets into the finishes. So here we're talking where we have individual wall and ceiling application, where you can dive right into those details. And then, of course, here we are in visual experience. So we'll show some of the aesthetic options where we have the micro trim, trimless and flush, both in plaster and wood. Those examples are being shown on the wall. As we make our way down, one of the crucial stories here is the 1-stage and 2-stage installation of this product. So 1-stage means if you love the way that VP has always installed, it'll go in exactly the same way. If you're looking for a 2-stage installation, the benefit is that now you've got this frame and module concept where you can time that out based on the flow of the construction, based on the timeline of the build. The final messaging shows the range of the product. And so as you can see here, we've got each of the performance series, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 0. The thing to note here is that for the first time, the collaboration between Sonance and James means that all 8 series products fall within the James lineup, and then 6 down to 4, 2, and 0 are part of the Sonance VX line. So heads up, make sure you check those out. We're excited for you to get a chance to listen. All right, we've come around to the James VXQ focus wall. And as you can see, we've got the VXQ 48, VXQ 68, and VXQ 88R. They represent the pinnacle of the performance within this lineup, and it allows us to dive into some of the details of what makes the VXQ product different from the VX. Of course, the Cymatic diffuser is housing an updated quad tweeter. This legacy design has been brought all the way forward with a really amazing new AI machine learning modeling for this waveguide, and the on-axis and off-axis response when we measure between previous generation and the current. It's a significant update, still with all the same high power handling, high output benefits that VX, or in this case QX, has always had. So VXQ is going to be a really nice update. Make sure you get some time with Habitek to take a listen. I think you're going to love what you hear. So we're back in the Sonance Design Gallery. I'm on the Solutions tab, which is on the far right. And as you see here, I'm in front of this invisible wall. So as I choose the invisible product, we've broken the details down into the product family, the subwoofer selection, some of the installation details, and then the accessories. My favorite feature is actually showing how when we pull back the wall, we can expose the framing and talk to the client about what's going on, if there's a question about how does this work or what does it go. So I find I don't need to go too technical in the details, but if I have an architect or I have a builder questioning how does this come together, this is probably my favorite screen for that. So I wanted to show that off, and then of course you get a chance to see the full range of the invisible lineup. So we're showing the IS-10, the IS-8 and IS-6. I love to say large, medium, and small. And then from a woofer standpoint, we've got the IS-10W. As you can see, it's mounted without the optional back box, which it can be used that way in the marketplace. But the big brother, the IS-15W, requires the back box. And then the IS-10-2W is a brand new product debut here at ISE 2024. This product has all the performance and output of the IS-15, but the market feedback we got was that the physical size of the 15 made it hard to place on projects. And so the benefit here, of course, is that vertically stacked, one bay of framing, a lot more flexible in application. All right, we're moving forward over here into picking up on the design gallery where we left off. If I'm in that music for the home section and I'm over here to solutions, you'll see that small aperture has actually been combined within that product range. So we're on the small aperture focus wall, and we've got the big boy, the SA853 high output solution. We've done these really interesting cutaway modules showing the mid-range module with the quad tweeter and the subwoofer. This product's bi-amplified, ultra high output. We're excited about this product for sure. The mainstay in the lineup is the SA63, and of course we're showing the little brother, the SA42. So in the case of large, medium, and small, we're also showing the pairing of small aperture subs, the SA101 sub and the SA54 sub. These products have been built for different depths, different sizes in order to wait to figure out how much depth do I have for framing and what's my standard application. From a design gallery standpoint, the same is true. As I get through some of that content, you'll see the animation is built to show framing for a ceiling, both with plaster and if I advance forward into a wood ceiling. So make sure to check out the aesthetic options and how they tie in to the product story itself. All right, we're back at Sonance Design Gallery on the TV audio conversation. And the typical conversation around this is, depending on how many TVs are on a job, how many of those are going to have a surround sound experience? And then for those that are not, what are we going to do, right? And so we would agree that the TV speakers just aren't enough performance for our customer. And so the progression here is that you can add a consumer soundbar, and it will definitely be an improvement from the TV speakers. But as you can see, it doesn't look great in the room. Another option would be a built-to-match soundbar from James and Sonance, where we can match the size of the TV itself. But as we go through that progression, we start to introduce some unique concepts. So this is now talking about the SPL2, which of course can match the height of the cabinet. A few other options would be, of course, in ceiling product. In this case, we're featuring the brand new VX line from Sonance. The in-wall application and the in-ceiling, of course, is round and square. The next progression as we make our way through starts to introduce this idea of invisible speakers. So you can see we've rendered in a Samsung Frame TV, and we're showing the locations of the invisible, but then we dissolve that back. And so the goal for the customer conversation is to say that we can treat audio in this front section of the room well, but then what do we do for the rest of the room? And so being able to illustrate that we could have enough volume at the couch, but it wouldn't be enough volume for the dining room kitchen. And so this idea of even balanced coverage comes into play when we start to say, what's the right TV audio solution? And then what's the right coverage solution for distributed audio throughout the rest of the space? So the way that message drives, we're excited about it. Of course, here at the show, we're showing each of those solutions between subwoofers, soundbars, speaker bars and invisible to really try to deliver on that message. All right, we are at the amplifier section on the stand here at ISE. And so we've broken the conversation into digital and DSP models. The digital amps, I think, are worth a visit. The 850 and 1650 are performing in the market incredibly well. The power supplies, the build quality, the sound quality, the feedback we're getting are that these amps pack a punch, the value proposition's there. And then of course, as you get into the digital products, you know that the DSP products are the cousins or the big brothers here. You'll see that the Mark IIIs are being represented on the wall, and there's a number of updates to features, but the core lineup is there. So the 2150, 8130, and 2750 Mark IIIs, all in stock and shipping soon. We're excited about the updates and innovations to add on to what was already a really strong amp lineup from Sonance. So we're on the outdoor wall here at ISE, and again, Sonance Design Gallery has been built to have this conversation. So as we click into the residential conversation here, you can see music for the home, music outside. I'm going to choose that. And we're showing this idea of even balance coverage, both indoors and outdoors. The lighting analogy for indoors transfers to outdoors, of course. And then as we get into the materials, we talk about softscape, in-ceiling architectural product, surface mount product, mason boxes, and freestanding. I'm here in front of the softscape presentation with the planter box here. So as you can see, we've got patio, garden, SLS, and the James ATST. And the goal is that the customer would understand that there are options. So all of those are represented here. As we make our way down the line, we pick up the in-ceiling product lineup, the surface mount, and the mason box products. And so the goal here is to be able to represent each of those products. The new VXQ product that we're launching here at the show is being shown in a 4-inch on the wall, and the VXQ68R. The legacy VPXT or VP Extreme, one thing to note is that this product lineup will continue for one more year. So stay tuned for updates on a phase 2 launch, but we're keeping VP Extreme in the line alongside the VX product. And then showing off marine grade, small aperture, again for marine applications on super yachts or just outdoor applications if we're looking for that small trim, that small form factor, but in a marine treatment. The Minden team is ready to powder coat and marine grade that product together. As we move our way down the lineup, one of my favorite visuals on the design gallery is this surface mount conversation. The typical application here is that we use something like a Mariner. So as you can see, the Mariners are placed on the stand. And so we can go through and show, here's the typical, and we know that this product sounds great, but it may not look like it belongs in the space. And so we introduced the Wedge by James on the wall in the 2 standard sizes, but the aha moment comes when we point up top and we say what makes the Wedge so powerful is that if you give us the dimension between the posts, we can actually customize the Wedge to fit your space and then paint it to match. A couple other creative applications on the design gallery that I'll focus in on. As I make my way through, you'll see that we introduce the OW products, typically installed on wall, but when combined with a mason box, they can be made flush, or if you're willing to get a little bit creative, you'll see here that one of our customers took the OW extrusion, gave Minden team the vertical height, and then the speaker is actually built into the glass railing to retain all the structural integrity. Designed to disappear. It can look different in different applications. We're excited to show that off with Design Gallery today. Last category, we're coming down to the freestanding category, and we've got a couple representations of the outdoor towers, all 3 models. The Omni from James, this is of course a 2-way high output solution. And then the Omni 6T from Sonance. So all of these freestanding solutions are represented in the freestanding outdoor segment of Design Gallery. All the product details are there, and then the market application is there with photos. Check it out, we hope you love it.